If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos. Peter Khoury's case is the first alien abduction where an alien specimen was found on a human body in the DNA test. He was born in Lebanon in 1964, and in 1973 migrated to Australia where he met his future wife Vivian in 1981, and the couple married later in 1990. They have 2 children. Read also, Peter's first encounter with a UFO happened when he was only 7 years old. It was the summer of 1971, and he was playing with 7 other children when all of them decided to go to a rooftop. As he came there, an egg-shaped UFO was hovering above other children who were standing like a statue. After some time gap, all the children found themselves on the ground floor with no memory of the incident. The next encounter happened in February 1988, when Peter and Vivian were in Sydney. That time, they saw a strange moving light. But the incident that happened later in July completely changed Peter's life. It was around 11 p.m., and Peter was staying with his family. That night, his brother Sam invited him to watch a movie in his room. Peter went to his room and laid on the bed, but what happened next was completely frightening. As he was laying on the bed, he felt a paralysis in the whole body and could move only his eyes. My brain was functioning, but I could not do anything physically. I tried to call family members, but I could not force the words out. At this stage, I started to panic, thinking I would not walk again. I thought I was truly paralyzed. The fear was so extreme. I'm gone. I'm dead. It's real. I was petrified and paralyzed. Peter said he saw 3 to 4 foot tall creatures with black, wrinkled faces around him. He communicated with the aliens telepathically. He heard them saying that they would not harm him and even made eye contact with the 2 of them. Peter even noticed that one alien was male and another female, wearing masks. One of them inserted a needle into his head, and the blackout. Peter described him as tall and thin with large black eyes in the golden yellow suit. After he got consciousness, he found out the creatures had also drugged his family members. Further, he thought that only 10 minutes had passed, but in reality, it was 1 to 2 hours. After this, Peter was totally petrified and had no clue what to do next. He even had surgical marks on his head which could prove his encounter with aliens. He had not much knowledge about alien abductions and struggled to understand them. Eventually, he understood about the abduction experiences, jumped into the world of ufology, and started a group named the UFO Experience Support Association, UFOESA. He continued helping other victims who claimed to encounter aliens, but his personal experiences did not finish. On July 23, 1992, he came home after dropping off his wife at the train station. It was around 7 a.m., and he was not feeling very well as he had got head injuries during an assault at the job site. So, he decided to go to bed and get some sleep. Peter felt something alighting on the bed. As he got up, he was shocked to see 2 strange naked women kneeling near his bed. He described one had an appearance of Nordic with an elongated face, big blue eyes, and a sharply pointed chin. Another one looked like an Asian. Although no normal communication occurred, the Nordic woman seemed to be in charge, and Khoury got the impression she was giving the Asian-looking woman some sort of instruction. She was 6 feet tall and very strong. She tried to copulate with Peter by pulling him towards her breasts, but he resisted and even bit her, which made him cough. Moments later, he looked up again, but both women had vanished. The coughing stimulated him to go to the bathroom to drink water. After that, he tried to urinate and found blonde hair on his genital of that Nordic alien woman. He kept the hair in the plastic bag with a seal. Peter refrained himself telling about it to Vivian for 2 weeks, although she had been very supportive of him for the 1988 abduction. In 1996, Harvard psychiatrist John Mack did a hypnotic regression on Peter to understand what had happened to him in 1988. Under hypnosis, Peter said that he was taken to a room full of lights. He was on the table with one creature above him but could not find out more than that. Because of the bizarre and controversial nature of the 1992 episode, Peter was more comfortable describing his 1988 experience. Because of the 1988 and 1992 experiences, Peter's case was widely discussed and came into the knowledge of UFO researcher Bill Chalker. He began an investigation into the case and did the world's first PCR polymerase chain reaction (DNA) test on the hair sample. The test result showed that the hair was biologically close to human genetics but came from an unusual human race, probably a rare Chinese Mongoloid type. References: the world's first biological from an alien abduction, Bibliotheca Pleiades.